Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Troy Allen Goliath. Welcome to Trigger Time TV.
Hey guys, Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant. We're going to be working on the draw today, which is essential to the armed citizen. One of the true advantages for the armed citizen is to carry the gun concealed, which allows us the element of surprise if we ever have to use it in the greatest necessity. There's several things you really want to get good at with the draw. One of the big things is we want to think about where our hands are at all times. We train on the range with static hand positions, but it's more important for the armed citizen to think about how our hands actually move. You can see as I'm talking that my hands are moving a lot, so we're going to have that during the draw. We've got to focus on different start positions with it. The other thing we really want to focus on is how the support hand moves. It's critical to good shooting to have a great support hand grip on the gun, and it must lead the way. What most of us think about is getting to the gun and getting a grip on it, but we really have to make sure the support hand gets on the gun. Now I'm going to do a little demonstration. I'm using a SIRT pistol here, which is an inert gun, can't fire at all, but it'll give me the relative movement of the draw so you can see what I'm doing. All right. As we're moving through this, I'm going to show you some different hand positions and talk about the primacy, the directness of the support hand. One way we really want to be good at is if we're going to manage an unknown contact, to use Craig Douglas's language, we want to keep our hands up. And when we keep our hands up, what we're doing is keeping the other person at distance and showing that we're ready and prepared for action. Part of the deselection of fighting is showing that you're prepared and willing to carry through with the task. So from the starting position here, this hand's going to go right to my belly button because I know where that is. That's a proprioceptive index. I drop the hand, I come, the other one comes to the gun. Now as I draw the gun, I'm going to really think about how the support hand works here. So it's got a good grip on the gun, it's following through, and it's moving right through to the target. In reverse, we see how each hand works. This hand's up, moving here, and moving out, and we've got a great draw. Bring it back, push the hips out, and be very careful as we reholster here to make sure we don't make an error. Now, how fast do we draw is a big portion of this. It depends on the size of the target. So the context of shooting will always tell us how fast to draw the gun. We're going to be getting out of the holster quickly, but we're going to slow the gun down according to the context. That context can be 5 different things. How big or small the target actually is, how far away you are from the target, if something's in the way or behind the target, and if the target is moving or you're moving, or maybe both of you are moving. That's going to determine how quickly I draw the gun. Another good starting position would be hands to the side. Move it here, draw the gun. Now you can see I slowed the gun down quite a bit towards the end, so that would probably be a small target. If I'm moving to a medium-sized target, require a bit more finesse from this position, maybe one hand's up, one hand's down, I'm going to draw the gun and a little bit more vigorous action to the gun. All right, and then on the final one, if I've really got to get the gun out, somebody's closing with me, I'm going to draw as quickly as I can. Another hand position may be hands crossed at the front. You can see how much quicker I'm drawing the gun, getting to the task, and then paying attention. It's equally important behind the task is to make sure you pay attention. A lot of mistakes are made on the gun range because people think they're done shooting when they get done pressing the trigger. That's not true. We're not done, whether it's on the range or in self-defense, until we put the gun away. So I want to have a good stop on the back. When I draw the gun here, as I bring it back, I'm touching the body, get a good index. That way I know where it is. I'm going to move my hips out, and I'm going to make sure that I put the gun away nice and easy. And that'll prevent all sorts of issues with it. Let's think about the size of the target. Let's think about how our hands work, and really how the support hand works, and the different hand positions that we could start from. You may want to experiment with this and see what the cost of the time is with each one. On a small, medium, or large target, it will give you the idea of where you're at. All right, guys, this has been a draw segment brought to you by Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant. And as always, measure, refine, and perform.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by Bravo Company Manufacturing, Bravo Company USA, Heckler & Koch, Inner Sight, EOTech, Car Arms, G-Force Arms, Hollow Sun,
Hallenbeck,
Magnum Research, Thompson Auto Ordnance, and Biggest Finest Revolver.